Set.
Ta-da.
Hello and welcome to another Woodshop podcast with Mike Coffey of Coffee Custom Builds,
I slurped
Daniel
it.
Dunlap of Daniel Dunlap Woodworks,
Crack some
Peter
ice in your
Kapar of
mouth, that'd be
Petrie's
great.
Workshop. You can find us all as well as the podcast on Instagram and YouTube.
Welcome to episode 103 of another Woodshop podcast, where I got a riddle for you guys. What does the inflation, gas prices, and the episode numbers of this podcast have in common? Everyone hates it, but it keeps going up. Really? That's all I got from you guys? Okay, well.
Take
Mike.
two and go. No. Hey, big.
That was
I
good.
thought it was
Uh,
pretty funny. That was good. It was good stuff. I'm proud of you. Everyone's proud of you. You know who else is proud of you? Gus. Built by Gus is proud of you. He's a new patron of the
Yeah.
Army. So big thanks to Gus for being a new patron.
Thanks,
You can do
Gus.
that
Thanks,
yourself by going to patreon.com/another woodshop podcast.
I thought you were going to say /Gus.
Patreon.com/Gus.
Gus.
If you want to say, big thanks to our patron Gus. If you'd like to be a patron of Gus, you can go to patreon.com/Gus.
Thanks, dude.
Gus has a very thriving Patreon page, and he puts out some amazing content. So big thanks to Gus. Pete,
Rivals OnlyFans.
Yeah, I need you to find out if there's a patreon.com/Gus real quick. Just so I don't want to drive people to like poop dad or something on accident. No, patreon.com/another woodshop podcast. Best way to support the show. You guys are amazing. Also, we've got a new review this week. And of course, with reviews, the only thing we do with that is this.
Oh, Black Betty, rambling.
Oh, now that I can push buttons with my soundboard, it's so much more smooth and I'm not fumbling around.
By the way, that is a Patreon. It has like nothing. Well, hang on. It has like nothing on it. And it's Eric Gustafsson.
I hope Eric Gustafsson sees at least 3 new patrons this week.
I mean,
and
he's got no
That
tears.
That would be
No
hilarious.
Oh,
tears.
he's got no
and I'm not
tears?
going to
Well-
shed a tear for him.
Yeah, I was gonna say you must not be buying gas. No, all right. I was just
No.
playing on Pete's.
All
No,
right.
that's great. That's I love it.
That was good stuff. Pete, nope, not Pete. Dan's gonna read it. Yelp review. I was looking at
We
Pete.
have
I was
a
thinking
Yelp
Dan.
review from Joey over at Landscape Woodworks.
Hey.
Joey says,
My Joey
my
impression.
review is a true phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
Yeah, thank you, Pete. You got it. Very good. After celebrating my birthday at a local bar, I was struck by the first episode of AWP while driving home. Now, I want to make clear that
Should
all
not
of our
AWP
listeners are
drive.
very responsible. I'm sure he wasn't drinking at the bar on his birthday. Anyway, I woke up the
Goes there
next
for
day.
the peanuts.
Yeah, everybody does. The ones you eat and spit on the floor or the shell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Peanuts.
Oh, peanuts.
Yes.
I thought you said-
peanuts.
never mind.
All right. I woke up the next day in my
Peanuts.
wood shop with a thirst for more woodworking knowledge. I had to listen to more AWP. By episode 15, I had gained the ability to do high-level math and algebra in an instant.
Whoa. Numbers guy.
At episode 69, people were bringing me their broken woodworking projects to heal and or fix. By episode
It's a wood
100,
doctor.
I like that. I'm
A wood
look
physicist.
out for my new Instagram handle, Wood Doctor.
Pediatrician.
wood veterinarian.
By episode
Dr. Wood
100,
pimple popper. Sorry, Dan.
gosh,
My
No.
600-pound wood life.
that's a show title right there. if I
My
remember.
big fat Greek wood wedding. No, all right. These are just words. Sorry, Dan. Read your review.
Where was I? By episode
Making Wood, the new Netflix sensation.
By episode 100, I was able to move a shop pencil with my thoughts.
Whoa.
Unfortunately, today I woke up with a tumor the size of a Polish sausage attached to my brain.
This is a good review.
I'm currently being kept for study by the government in a secret facility. It's all good
Uh-oh.
because at least now I know the
Ditto.
true meaning of my woodworking existence. Thanks, AWP.
How'd you
You're
use
welcome.
2 promiscuous women to move a pencil?
Is this a joke?
Thoughts? Thoughts? That's like a.
Yeah. No,
Thoughts
it's
and
great.
prayers.
Yeah,
That's
Dan,
really
you
good.
listen to rap music. Come on.
Dan, you listen to gangster rap.
I do. I listen to the gangster rap.
You were the
The gangster
illest
rap.
of the three of us.
Oh man.
That has been said before by many people.
Literally
What,
no
Nick?
one's ever. Yeah, Nick Brim's the only one who's called you the illest of us.
Just mainly because you look sick all the
And
time.
he's just he's concerned about your health. He
Yo,
really is.
I gotta
Nick
say
sees you the
this
most.
has been
When they said the
inspiring
illest, they
so
didn't
far.
mean the coolest.
Yeah, Nick doesn't think you like are really cool. He just is worried that you need to get to the doctor soon. You're the illest of the three. You're so pale. No.
Oh, God.
Big thanks to Nick for looking out for
Sapele.
Dan. Sapele.
I'm
Are you
sorry,
guys
I'll
feeling
stop.
okay today?
I'm trying to make a mahogany joke and I'm trying to work it in here real bad, but it's not coming together. So Pete will have something by the time we get to the first question. Mahogany? Are you
Mahogany.
hogging your knee? This is good for the people watching on the YouTube channel. This is good stuff.
Totally. Wait, people actually
Man.
listen to this just in the podcast app?
I guess so.
Stupid.
I don't know.
So
What's
I
that?
went bike riding the other day and I wrecked my bike and I hurt my mahog in my knee.
Okay, so the next thing we do in the show is called
Damn it.
What's on My Bench?
This
And
is
it
why I don't do
starts-
puns.
It starts with this song.
What's on my bench?
Oh man, I love being able to push buttons to start that instead of fumbling to mess it up and miss it every time. So much better. Dan, you know what? I heard that you made a list, so we're gonna
Made a
go to you
list of
first.
things. I made a
Check
list.
it
I got
twice.
a big
And
list.
you're never prepared.
Boom.
So
I'm
this
never
is the
prepared.
First. This is a first. I wonder if it has to do with you being sick.
I'm the illest. I had a big week, you guys. I can't even believe it.
I saw that
first of
box
all-
with a 2x4. That was sick.
Would
Not
buy
often
me-
you get one of those.
We won't talk about that.
Do you see what kind of
Um,
moon it is today? It's a crescent moon out. It's beautiful.
mm,
So subtle.
and yet
Beautiful moon.
not.
And not.
You
I
guys
think the
are never-
show title is Box of 2x4s, though. I really do think that's the title of the show.
Good for SEO.
It sounds like, yeah. It sounds like an insult. You're like a big dumb box of 2x4s.
Hey.
Hey, the box of 2x4s over here. All right, Dan,
Hey.
what you do this week?
You guys are never gonna believe it. I finished the door.
Which one?
The cabinet
The
door.
cabinet
I was
door.
making a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
cabinet
you
door.
Freaking
for
liar. Get out of
the
here.
client.
The one-
I finished
Little
that.
bait and switch.
No, but for real, I did finish the door, the big door. I finished it.
Wait, you're waiting for the hinges, right?
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the finish,
Those
the
pieces-
hinges, but
Great,
I
though.
finished it. I
Yeah,
put
yeah, I saw the
spar
finish. It looked
urethane on
great.
it. Yeah,
I saw your bow tie on the bottom. Good
Put-
thing.
put finish on it.
Yeah. I'm glad you hit it so no one would know.
Did
Yeah.
you helmsman?
I used the spar urethane
the mayo?
helmsman.
Helmsman
No,
spar
that'd be
urethane? I like that
Hellman's.
stuff. Helm,
I think
helm,
it's the one that
Hellman's-
Minwax
yeah.
makes. I don't. Is it Helms? Helmet?
The helmet.
Helmsman, yeah, it's helmsman. It's good.
Yeah,
I used that
it's
on
good
that
stuff.
cedar door that I was having. The cedar table I was having all those issues.
I
with.
used their satin version. I sprayed
Yep.
it with the my Graco, which is great. I mean, that stuff is so thick that I wanted something powerful to spray it with, and the Graco just is great for spraying thicker.
It is
more
so thick. Did you thin
viscous.
it down with the mineral spirits?
I did thin it down. I thinned it down with lacquer thinner actually because I didn't have any mineral spirit. It still works.
You can do that.
Yeah, you can do that.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
I'm sure it won't peel. Anyway,
I think it's fine. Anyway, now I'm concerned. Anyway,
doors don't see a lot of
We're fine.
exposure, so it should be fine.
yeah.
yeah.
Exterior doors don't see a lot of varying temperatures on the inside and the outside. It should be
God,
just
what
fine.
have I done? What have I done?
It doesn't get cold in Omaha, right?
No, it's
The
fine.
summers don't get wet and hot, right?
No,
You're
it's
fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
Dry.
It's a good thing
Lacquer
you guys don't
thinner.
have seasons. That's the main thing.
Dry here all the time. Anyway, so like I said, I had a big week. It starts off by I went to the car wash on I want to say Saturday or Sunday, Saturday, and just randomly I tagged the car wash in a story when I
At
was
the
going
car
through it,
wash.
and the owner reached out to me. He's like, "Hey, thanks for the tag. I love your woodworking. I'd love you to come in and talk to us, and I want to talk about some projects I want to do." And I'm like, "Awesome!" So we have a meeting set up, dude.
You're
One
gonna make
good
a
way,
wood
Washes
car
for
wash?
the Dunlaps.
one good way to make local ties is to tag other local businesses. So,
I am trying to give love to every local business because
I don't know why I haven't.
I'm
been
a
doing
small
that.
business. I'm a small
Yeah.
business. I want to like get in to know these people. I want to get tied in with these folks. I want to support their business and help them out how I can. I love it. I love getting tied in. With
So
the
there you
local
go,
business
folks.
stuff.
There's a hard tip, right? Hard tip. I said hard tip.
New
Very
title.
nice, Dan.
Box of 2x4s is out. Hard
that to the
tip is in.
Tag as many
SEO.
small businesses as you can locally. I also got a few new projects on the docket that I took down payments for commissions this week. I have a client that wants some faux beams put in the ceiling of their living room. So that is going to be fun. They want it to look reclaimed. Luckily, I have a guy locally that does a bunch of reclaimed wood. So I have a pretty good...
You can't use Nick for everything.
No, not Nick. This guy, believe it or not, his name is Dan. He's a nice guy. Anyway, I got that. I finished some letters on the CNC for Trevor over at Madeira Design. He has this big sign that he's making, and he reached out to me and asked me if I could cut out all these letters that are 8 inches tall. It took like 3 boxes. I sent him 3 boxes of letters that were like, I forget how big the boxes were. You just have to trust me. There was a lot of letters.
They're box size.
I don't believe you.
Box size box. I have a possible.
Box
I
size
have
box. New show title: Box Size Box. I'm just burning through them right now.
I really hate you guys.
Please, we've had a fire intro so far. This is great. Keep going.
Have we?
I
have a possible new. I have a
list.
possible new door on the docket. I got a verbal confirmation, so we'll see
I need
where that
clarification.
That's
goes.
as good as cash.
Are we
That's an
talking
IOU.
about house or cabinet?
House.
Okay, because just with your record lately, it's been 50-50.
Jewelry box.
It's actually possibly French doors with a big pane of glass in them. I won't have to provide the glass.
It's gonna be a type of pane.
I learned that glass is very expensive right now.
It's
It is
I don't know
very
what is
expensive.
happening right now,
But
I haven't priced it up in about a year and a half, and it was
the guy who
very
reached out
expensive.
to me, he owns a glass company, and I'll be subcontracted.
So you're not
for
buying
him
a
to
glass,
make these-
right?
No, they're taking care of the glass.
Oh,
so.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Because it is very
Win.
pricey, especially if you get like good glass, like UV.
The best
inhibited
price I can
whatever.
get right now for these doors I'm doing with the they're tempered dual pane is $68 a foot.
Good Lord. Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to take care
A
of
square foot.
Wow.
Square foot.
that. That is nutso.
That was the best price. Everything else was like 70 to 80.
Dang. Can
One
you
was
just make glass out of
$40,000 a
epoxy?
month.
Can you just?
You
Yeah, I could.
technically can if you hate yourself. Yes.
You could, yeah.
Would that be
It'd look
cheaper in the
terrible.
long run? I
No.
wonder?
Nope, no chance.
Oh, okay.
Tabletop, just like 4 layers
You
of
know what's
tabletop
cheaper?
epoxy.
Go to like
So
Home
yellow.
Goods or Walmart, buy like a giant picture of whatever, and just take the glass out of that.
It's
I
like
know it
this, the
sounds
glass that you hit
stupid.
it with a pin and it just shatters.
Yeah,
in
that
70
really thin
billion.
stuff. It's like
But
paper thin.
how often have those things actually? If you don't impact it, it's fine. Put it in there.
Well, you never
like,
hear about
this
it
is a
because as soon as
legit
those shatter, everyone
recommendation.
around dies.
Yeah.
So you never hear about it.
It's a
Yeah, you never
well-known
hear
fact.
about it. So what's the problem?
Not my problem if you don't hear
As
about
long as it kills all the witnesses, it's fine.
it. AWP.
I also
Sue you if
sold.
they're dead.
I also sold. Moving on, gentlemen. I also sold another one of my slide tables today.
Side
On
tables.
post?
Slide tables. No, actually, I posted that because somebody bought one of those.
Trying to
Yeah, I
fish for
had
another
a-
sale.
Yeah, and I got 3 more.
Dunlap's
inquiries
thirsty
because
for
I'm
slide
thirsty for
tables.
money. Thirsty for money.
I'm thirsty for money. Please send money.
No, what happened was a big designer page. I think they had like a couple 100,000 followers. They reposted that original video and they tagged me in it nicely.
Oh.
And I had somebody reach out and said, "Hey, can I get one of those?" And I'm like, "Yes, you can. Let
You
me
sure
tell you how
can.
this is done."
I'll make you
So,
one for money.
That's dope. And then, of course, I still have the other epoxy table over at Nick Brem's shop. Nick has kindly agreed to work on that for me, and I'm going to happily pay him to do so.
He's such a
So,
sub.
I know. So that's nice.
Our
It's
middle.
little
He's such a power middle.
tiny burden off my shoulders, so I appreciate that.
What does
I will
he gotta
definitely
do?
take care of Nick. He's gonna finish the epoxy work, and then I'm gonna take it and get it flattened and buy legs for it. And then it needs finished, obviously.
Are you gonna do wet sanding? Have you decided to finish it?
No,
I haven't
Nick's gonna
decided
do wet
any of that.
sanding.
Oh,
We'll see. We'll see. That remains to be seen.
wet
I still need
sanding
to buy
adds
the legs
so
for it.
much, dude. It's crazy how much it adds to the epoxy. It's crazy.
And
then,
I did that on the epoxy sign I did. It was so nice.
Obviously, I've
Nice.
been doing a lot of bow ties as well. I've gotten a lot of bow tie orders this week.
Wait, this
been
time it's
kinda-
not the
awesome.
headline. It's nice. It's page 3. I love it.
Yeah, it is kind of like page 3.
Yeah.
I've been like, I feel like I haven't been that busy, and then all of a sudden this week it just kind of blew up, which is
Dude,
great.
You're blowing
I
up
love
this
it.
week. It's good. There's a lot of momentum.
And I'm slowly putting my foot into the market to look for a new shop. We'll see where that goes. But
Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
I think my wife is on board.
There's been a lot of, you mentioned it in a pre-show. I think actually this is a good conversation to have with people that have considered it. Mike, if you don't mind, I think it'd be good for people to hear.
What? Sorry, I wasn't
Just
paying attention.
like, I know when we talk, we
Joking.
just black out.
Yeah, I was like,
no,
oh god, I got to do this now.
I'd love to kind of hear about like you going to places, you talking to realtors.
I've only went to one place.
Oh,
First
are
of
you
all, I've
asking
only-
me if it's cool if he talks about this?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
I wasn't
No,
really
of course,
asking
talk about
permission.
it.
I was just asking, saying that he's going to
But
do
do we need to get Mike's permission?
it. No.
I'm
Mike-
just going to keep reading about not using lacquer thinner on polyurethane.
No,
Oh,
'cause
God.
I think a lot of
You
our
got bad
listeners
news for me?
are
I sent
in
you
the
a
same
link.
place that you are.
Oh,
So,
God.
like,
Oh
we're-
God.
they're in the same place that you're at, Dan, where like they might need more space, but they don't know how to tackle it. So I'd love to hear what you're going through, so that
Well,
they don't have to.
I'm having a panic attack right now. So
Don't panic, just attack. Let's go.
no, I went and looked at a space this past week. Was it last week or the week before?
It was last week.
And I'm just kind of starting the process. They still need to get back with me and let me know what they want to charge and all that stuff, but we'll see where that goes. And then I have a friend in the real estate biz, so I called him and asked if he knew anybody that worked in industrial leasing spaces. So I just started talking to somebody else today about that. They called me and we had a good conversation, and I was telling them what I wanted and everything and what I'm looking for, and she was like, well, I have this one spot downtown that's about 5,000 square feet. And first of all, I'm like, okay, 5,000 square feet sounds great. I don't
Almost
need
as
that
big as
much.
my house. It's nice.
I don't need that much, but go on. We want $8.25 a square foot for it. And like quick math, my brain about exploded. That's like $40,000. And I thought she was talking about per month, and I could have swore she was talking about per month. But Pete did some digging during the pre-show, and she may have meant
Per year,
per year.
which apparently how these spaces sell. It's
Yeah,
per
that
year
would make
leases.
more sense. And maybe she said that, but I don't know. I maybe
When you hear a number, you just
That's
don't-
66 cents a foot. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
that makes more sense than $8 a square foot
That's
per month.
what I'd be paying out here for
$40,000 a month. Bow ties aren't doing that well yet, gentlemen. I can't swing that.
That'd be amazing if you were
I mean,
if you were doing anything that was doing 40,000.
I would be okay with that if I was doing well enough to afford.
Oh, 40,000 a year. Actually, 40,000 a year. That's not that crazy.
It's like I did the math. It's like $3,400 a month or something like that.
3,400 a month is not that bad. I mean, it's not great.
I mean, we're
But it's not-
talking 5,000 square feet, which I don't.
Yeah,
need.
it's
I
a
don't
lot.
Need 5,000 square.
Right. No, that's insane. You'd be like, hello? Hello?
Working by
It'd take more
myself,
time. You'd lose time because of the space because you'd be walking so far to your
running back and
tools.
forth.
Dan's got a Segway. It's got like a radio
Ooh,
flyer
that would
towing
be
behind
fun.
it with wood.
I'd be like Nick Leonard from State of Woods. I'd be cleaning my
Hey.
shop on a hoverboard with
show off.
Oh, that'd be fun. Anyway, that's my week. I feel like I rambled on. I feel like Mike
No,
over here talking about
that was
all this
great.
stuff I'm doing, yada yada. Speaking of Mike, what's up with you, man?
This week was I did a fair on Sunday. That super sucked. It went
Oh,
really
yeah.
terrible.
Oh,
I wanna hear
that
more
was
about
a
this.
huge waste of money for.
Wait, I
coffee
realized that
custom
already
builds.
happened. Oh my god.
Yeah. So that was I paid. I had
You took
4
80
days.
items, right? Something like that.
That was my goal was 80. I ended up taking like 50 something items. I made some stuff. I had Matt working on it I had him working Sunday, Thursday, Friday, and I worked Thursday, Friday, Saturday on it. So there's a lot of hours into these things.
Right.
And I sold 2 items.
That sounds like it was worth it. I mean, what'd you charge for them?
Oh, they were
$2,000?
18,000 a piece, so it was fine. But no,
Perfectly
it
worth
was. We made
I
nothing.
hate the pores.
Yeah, the
I hate
so,
the pores.
so here's the thing. Mostly I did this as a relationship with one of my partners locally here, which is Sack Tree Foundation and Urban Wood Rescue.
You could have just given them money.
Yeah, I should have at that point. I mean, it was just like
Write them a check for $30. We're covered.
They're valued partners of mine. They bring me a lot of work, and I really, really appreciate them very
That
much.
really,
it goes a very long way. So they're a very important partner for me. So on that level, doing it was 100% worth it. The actual sales were really bad. Sean was there with me manning the booth. He sold 2 things from his business, and we sold 2 things from my business. No good. It's no good.
Did he immediately quit Coffee Custom Builds?
No.
Submit his resignation?
Yes.
No, I'm done. I'm out of here.
Chad with Rescue Wood Co was there. Chad's a good buddy of mine. He sold like 4 things or 5. It was par for the course. Like no one did well. Everyone did pretty bad, except for a gal who used to run Urban Wood Rescue. Her name's Bethany. She's great. She has an earring company. She does earrings on a laser. I've actually cut the earrings out for her in the past, but she did good from what I understand. I actually didn't get to talk to her afterwards, but I heard that. So maybe that might not be true, but bottom line was location was bad. So here's like a learning lesson about the fair, about doing a fair or a craft fair. Location is the most important thing. The area was like a business park and not the great park. Dan, remember when we went out to Urban Wood Rescue?
Yeah,
and
very industrial.
Every 1 or 2 buildings was a giant growery.
Yes.
That's a great
I remember the smell.
picture of that area. It's the people who came by were just kind of looky-loos. No one was there to buy stuff. So
that sucks.
Terrible location. Yeah, it was bad. It was that in terms of the actual like turnout and sales.
That speaks less about the work you did and the location.
No, everyone made awesome stuff. Like everyone brought stuff. They're good. Everyone was good. Like woodworkers in the area. It was good. Obviously, I was the best, but theirs was really good.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. No, but everyone did really good stuff. Chad brought some sick stuff. I mean, got to meet.
Chad was there, right? So
yeah,
you still think you were the best?
I got to meet the folks over at Block and Bowl, which they're awesome. They're doing a TV show, and a couple other folks, a gal named Jamie, and anyway, there's a couple of people out there. Got to meet some really cool makers that I had never connected with, which was great. Met some really great people. Gave out some business cards for. I've actually had 2 people already reach out for commissions, so that's good for sure.
That's actually really good, yeah.
But the people weren't there to spend money. So
let me ask
you
this:
a bad location. Yeah.
Did you have to pay to have a table or a tent there?
No, it was.
So you weren't out that money. I mean, you were out the time and effort to make the stuff, but yeah.
So my wife Robin ended up coming down and with my son, and it was enjoyable being out there talking to people, and I could see myself doing it again in the future. Somewhere closer to my house, I would do it for sure. Near my neighborhood where there's more people I could run into that I'd know. Also where there's a place. This is going to sound bad, but I don't care. This is how I run my business. Neighborhoods with more money. People with more money tend to spend it. So I would, there's a fair that is regular, a monthly thing by where we live. My wife sort of reached out to snag a booth there for a couple weekends over the summer, and she's going to man it actually.
Oh, there's a good idea.
Yeah. So she's like, I'd love to do it. So she said she'd have fun doing it. And that's just ways we can get rid of scrap wood too. In the shop, and I can have Matt run that, and even Matt could run the thing. So there's that one. There's actually another one in another really nice part of town. And then I don't know if you guys are familiar with Apple Hill. You guys ever heard of that? So Apple Hill is really close to here. It's got its own little small wine country, and it is huge in the fall. And the past 2 years, I have paid for booths there, but COVID has shut it down both times. So I've never actually been able to do the craft fair there. I already have the point of sale terminal and everything to ring people up and all that stuff. I have all that stuff. That was in preparation to do that in the past, and it never worked out.
Preparation H.
So preparations A through G were complete failures. We must now move on to preparation H. No, so I've got to get the email out to the gal who runs all that. But that place, I mean, there's thousands of people going through that. On the weekend out there. I mean, people come from around the world to go to Apple Hill. It's a pretty big deal. it's also not that big of a deal where not everyone's heard of it, but it does get a lot of foot traffic out there. So anyway, craft fair was a bust. Going to try to attempt to do more of them because we end up having I got the CNC. I can crank out these small pieces so fast. I mean, we knocked out I think it was 58 items in basically 3 days, which is a lot. So, and I did a test on a redwood cookie coffee table this week. That was a very important test to be able to put together a bid for a very big job I'm working on. And Etsy really cranked up this week. I got my star seller back. I actually got, it's kind of not great timing, but it's nice that it happened. It's nice to see the numbers back over there instead of just flatlined. Someone had given me a 3-star review over there. I think I mentioned this on the show. Someone had given me a review and I lost my star seller for the month. I reached out to them and they very kindly corrected that. They put it back to a 5 and I was able to get it back. But man, losing that star seller just tanked my sales.
Here's the trick. Don't ever get star seller. Then you don't have to worry about losing
Can't lose what you don't got.
That's right.
Well, you know what's funny is as soon as I got it back, my numbers were not climbing, and Etsy ran ads for my store, and it got me 12 sales in 4 days or something like that. And they're not small things; it's big things. Like one item that I've never sold on Etsy, which honestly I need to drop the price on it. It's way too expensive. It's way too expensive. I think when I had originally set it on the store,
isn't it?
It's the egg tray.
Oh,
Yeah.
I knew it.
When I put it on the store, it was when we were moving because I had made it as a commission.
It was
so
an
I put
FU
the price. It was an FU price, and I thought no. But you know how you can see the ads when they post an ad for you can see where the source is. They had posted it on Google search, it was on the Google page.
Oh, really?
And someone must have searched egg tray or whatever. But she bought it, and it was so much money. It's expensive. It's so expensive. I can't believe someone would pay that much money for it. But I'm going to drop the price on that.
Hold your eggs.
$1,200 for 36 eggs is a lot of money. So no, it's not there. It's not that.
Eggs not included.
Eggs not. Yeah, no eggs included. Yeah, it comes with 30 chickens. No.
A DIY
egg chicken coop. Yeah, it's a box with 2x4s. Anyway, and you can do a show called "Pimp My Chicken Coop."
It's previous investments don't guarantee future outcomes or whatever.
Right. No, but they had served up a bunch of things. I actually got a bunch of. They're not Lego trays because I'd get sued, but they're building block trays. I actually sold 4 of those this week. And those
really
those sold those sold the egg trays sold. Those? I figured out a way to do them on the CNC.
Oh, okay.
So
I was gonna say
I
got Sean.
No, actually, I have Matt finishing them. So that actually, that's the part that I hate the most is finishing them.
Ooh, so Sean moved up in the company. That's nice.
You can get your CNC to finish them.
Yeah, man, that'd be amazing. Just goes back and forth applying hard wax oil. No, the it's just a profile bit. No, okay, that's on the video forever. Sweet. Yeah, that is anyway. Etsy's doing good. I built a sustainer cart for my sustainers.
Oh, yeah, that looks sick.
That thing's awesome. I was gonna do a video around it, but I was in a hurry and I just
goes
didn't.
Both ways.
Right.
It says Festool and Mirka on it.
I call it the Pete.
No, the Pete system.
The Pete. No, it's got sustainers side by side, 2 side by side, and then front to back as well. So it's got 4 spots and then all the drawers slide out and stuff. It's really helpful in the shop. We can just pull things around, and being able to get to all the sustainers without having to unstack everything is so nice. And I just ordered a couple more tools that require sustainers, so I just made another one for that. So I got a couple more tools coming into the shop.
I might be ordering the Domino DF 700 soon.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm excited.
That I don't use that thing a whole lot, but when you need it, man, it is.
If I'm going to be building doors, I feel like it would be a good
100%. You throw 14, you throw number 14s in that thing. It's frightening. Have you used the 700 with a 14 on it?
I've used it actually.
It's like a giant middle finger, that blade slinging up in there. It's huge, dude. It's like, blah, 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 blah. It's
like a Ghostbuster using the thing first.
It's real frightening. But anyway.
I forget what their thing is called.
Ectoplasm? No, the guns.
I
don't know.
Dangle dangle?
Nope. Yeah, dingle dangle. Yeah, everybody knows that.
Dangle dangle. No, no. But yeah, the sustainer cart's sweet. And then we're just doing a bunch of these boxes, these high-end audio boxes, these grounding boxes. So we got we got to make 100 panels that are 18 by 20, and they're 3/4 inch thick. It's 0.75, all of them. And then they get layered, and everything's got to get cut out. I was doing testing on the new way that my customer wants the inlay to be done today. I got it figured out. It took basically 6 hours of prototyping to get it done. It was very frustrating, but I got it, and he's happy. Well, I'm sure he'll be happy with it. I got one more thing to test. I'll do that tomorrow. And then I've got, I'm working on some pretty cool quotes for two local companies that are outside of my wheelhouse. Kind of, we can do them on the CNC. A lot of it's CNC work. Some of it's kind of fine furniture work. But I won't go into it too much, but I'm really excited to work with both of these companies. One of them in particular is a couple that seems very cool. They're a very cool local business. And I'm just really excited to build relationships with other small businesses in the area. I really like that stuff. So I really like to see us both benefit from this relationship as much as possible. So I want to take care of them, and hopefully they'll take care of me. So anyway, that's what I got going on right now.
Before Pete goes,
Daniel
Joseph. I'm reading a little bit of the article you sent me, and I'm not having a panic attack anymore. Because
it's not. I read it down further. You're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine.
I was going to read it.
Technically, paint thinner will work, but it's
paint
not really
thinner,
paint
lacquer
thinner.
thinner. It's the same thing.
They're not the same.
Everything's
One's
fine.
more caustic, but it should be just fine.
Don't fight me on this. Everything's fine. I'm telling myself everything's fine. That's where we're leaving it. Okay, Pete, go.
Oh, hello. I'm
Hi.
Pete. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let me pull up my list here. All right. So for anyone watching the video, I am in my office, back in my office after 3.
You have a bed in your office?
Currently have a bed. It's my old bed frame.
Is everything all right at home? Are you and Emma? Okay?
Listen, if we're fighting, I'd be sleeping on a couch. That's a really nice couch. I paid a lot of money for that. Thank you. But no,
The
this
couch
is
is okay.
this is
I
where my
slept there once.
parents were staying. So I had to turn my office into a bedroom. They are back in Poland. And now I have my office back, but the bed is still here. Actually, ironically, today was trash day, but it was pouring. So I was like, no, I'm not going out there. I'm not going to drag this mattress out into the driveway while it's pouring out.
You were going to
Mainly
throw away
'cause
the mattress?
It's like 10 plus years old.
Oh,
It's got
wow.
some miles. It's got some
You
miles.
gave
on it.
that to your parents to sleep on?
It's their
I'll
mattress.
just throw it away when they're done. It's fine.
No, it's their mattress. Like they brought it from the other
Oh,
house.
I see.
Yeah, that's my
Okay.
bed frame. Our mattress, like a hybrid. It's really dark. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm concerned for your well-being.
Anyways, aside from that, I actually ordered. I am getting 2 new 3D printers, and that's now a lie. I'm getting 3 3D printers. So I'm getting 3 times 3, 9 3D printers. No, I'm kidding. I'm getting 3 printers. I'm getting 2 like the Mark IIIs from Prusa, and I'm also getting a
I need
mini.
to order that thing. I want to order
You've
one so bad. I just
actually-
have no time.
You've been talking about this for a while. Have you actually put in your order then?
So the only reason I have it, they're in my cart since last Saturday. I was ironically, I was on a stoop and I was like, yeah, I have like the 3 of them. I'm going to order them tomorrow when I'm sober. And
Oh, yeah.
they're like, do they have an affiliate program? Because I want to get one. Do you have a link? And I'm like, I don't know. And at 2 a.m. in the morning, I chatted their website chat and they were like, yeah, reach out to this email for the affiliate information. I was like, you guys have an
Oh,
affiliate
then I'll
program?
wait.
What?
Get it lined up, Pete.
I'm trying. So I reached out on Monday. I'm still waiting for an answer. I'm going to hit them.
I
up
want to be
again,
your
just
first
like,
affiliate sale.
I would love nothing more than that because I sent like,
Then I won't order mine.
to
I'm
be
gonna
real,
wait. Get it figured out.
of all of the tool companies, everything I work with, I have probably sold more Prusa printers than
Yeah.
all of the other tools combined.
I mean,
And I'm not looking for a major.
You sold me on that
kickback.
crescent wrench. That
Didn't-
thing's pretty
It's
dope.
the 2x4. You're low on wood, so you know
didn't Vic over at the stump shop just get a Prusa?
he did, and we actually.
Do you
had
mean
the other-
Vic-diculous?
Oh,
Yes, we had several very long, very lovely calls about that. We're actually troubleshooting it today because he had some troubles with it sticking
The
down.
best way to describe Vic is long and lovely.
That's a great way to describe him.
Vica, please.
Oh,
Also,
go ahead and just.
I'm gonna.
No, that's not good.
It's gonna get edited out.
No,
All
it's
right.
not.
I
We're
thought
keeping
that was.
it.
It's fine.
No,
aside
I'm
from
keeping
that,
it in. I don't have to deal with the blowback. It's fine.
I started working on these the ice climbing training tools. They're a pain in the butt because it's a lot of labor. Granted, I'm getting my hours like hourly rate for these, and like I'm making money on this, but there's still a lot of labor. It's like a lot of tedious stuff. I sat there for an hour today, just like putting screws in and like dipping the one screw in the thread locker and like putting it in there.
Totally relate to that.
Yeah, no, totally.
Thread locker.
But basically, it's like a tedious job where like, yeah, the money's good, but I also hate doing it. But whatever. It's for a friend of mine.
OnlyFans.
We're all making money. My friend's happy. Let's just do it. Also, I'm getting Jake from JV Woodworks. He's gonna stop by the shop on Tuesday.
He's not dead?
No, he's still alive. I didn't kill him.
Weird enough.
I was here the whole time, officer. But he's gonna stop by the shop and actually help me out a bunch. I'm working evenings next week, so we're gonna knock out a bunch of those and try to get those out because ice climbing tools require ice, so they're right now in high demand. And then after April, not so much because weirdly enough, there's not a lot of ice in the summer. I don't know. It's like a science thing. I don't deal with it. Whatever. Not my problem. I'm just making the thing. Aside from that, I got a couple things in the shop and a couple things I didn't get in the shop this week. So Mirka sent me over. I've been talking with them about like sanding sponges or interference pads. I was like trying to figure something out to speed up the sanding on all these little handles and stuff. Because after I route them over and rough sand them, I need to like finish sand them so they feel comfortable in your hand. And they sent over these like little pads. They're like, I want to say 1/4 inch pads with sandpaper on them. They're very thin, so I'm eager to try those out. I'm probably going to try them out on Sunday.
Those are for sanding?
They're for
when
sanding.
you sent us that picture, I thought you were trying to tell us something like you had to put those in your underwear or something now.
No, I'm not that old yet. I'm not at your age yet, Dan.
Well, I don't even wear those yet.
Whatever you say, Leaky Dan. But I'm excited to try those out and see how they do and see if they actually hold up. Because right now I'm using old Abernet. Anything that comes off my sander goes into a little box. And basically I use that for final sanding. And once that is trash, I just toss it. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Speaking of things I did not get, this is the week I was supposed to get at least some delivery confirmation for my new dust collector. Supply chain issue.
Sad
it
trombone.
Is delayed till June, late June. I initially started talking with this brand about this dust collector that I bought.
I don't have a sad trombone, but I have a disgruntled gramophone.
Nice. That's still disappointing. I basically started talking about this thing in September, and it is now, what is it, like March or something? I don't know. Who knows?
All I hear right now is that I have until late June to send you those fittings.
Yes. You have more time to send me fittings.
Awesome.
Yep. You should be getting your boxes soon. So it's kind of a bummer because I really my dust collector is kind of on its last leg. The thing is running, but it's just grinding. It's like squeaking and grinding. And I'm like, this thing's going to die any day now.
Great song by T-Pain.
Squeaking and grinding. Yeah. Squeaking and grinding featuring Cardi B. Yeah, that was great. Anyways, so I'm waiting. I talked to the brand and I'm like, you know what? I'll wait. Suck it up. I'll wait. If it dies, I'll buy like one of those cheapo ones off Marketplace, or I'll just suck it up with a bunch of just dust extractors and stuff. What else? Oh, speaking of Etsy, Mike was mentioning Etsy. So I actually got a lot of good feedback. Everyone sent me an email the last week or so. Thank you. So last week I mentioned that I will be running an Etsy class in the next couple of weeks. I'm just trying to figure that out. And I shouted out my email, and this entire week I've been getting bombarded with emails from everyone in the community, a bunch of people in the community. And we have a good number of people for that class already. I was actually just looking at the calendar, and right now I'm going to be shooting for April 9th for the class. It's going to be a late evening class. If you can't be there live, I will be recording it and you'll still be able to get it. But if you're interested in being there and asking questions and having us kind of like talk about your
I can be there. You can proceed with that date.
Awesome. I'll probably be shooting for about 6:30, 7 o'clock Eastern time. The reason I'm doing that is because right after we have our maker stoop. And if you're welcome to join us for that too. So anyways, if you want to do that.
Do we have to get off the plane and reboard? Or
yes,
is it all on the same?
And then you have to get back on the same plane. Yeah. Same exact. Yeah. It's like Mike's transfer. And the other thing with Etsy is my Etsy's been steady. It's fine. It's steady. It's flowing. It's good. I feel good about it. But there's so many things I have like on paper written down that I need to do with my Etsy, from adjusting my photos to tweaking my SEO to basically improving the listings and adding more listings. It's hard. There's not enough time to like sit down and do all of it. I'm just constantly running out of time, which stinks, but hopefully soon I'll get a little more help with that. Hi, Emma. I know you listen to this. So hopefully we'll be able to tweak that a little bit to see if we can get our numbers up. And I actually got an email this morning that said, and this is not a dig at anyone else on this podcast, but I have my 6-month Star Seller badge. So I got it 6 months in a row since it started. Yep. And apparently
I would have too.
I know you would have. And I feel bad like celebrating it, but it's
No,
pretty awesome.
that's awesome, dude.
So
That's
they're
great
saying,
you got it.
I'm literally quoting the email here. In fact, of our 5.2 million Etsy sellers, you're one of 0.5% to earn a Star Seller badge 6 months in a row. Like that's
Nice, dude.
That felt really good.
Are they going to send you a trophy?
I don't know, but like,
I hope it's a box of 2x4s.
but here's the thing: you could sell like one to 10 items a month and still get the Star Seller badge. It doesn't mean that you have to be some crazy high yield shop. You just simply have to be consistent, provide good customer support, and fast shipping. So, that's it. Just kind of want to encourage everyone to try to, grow their Etsy's. Anyways, that's my week. Why don't we jump into questions?
Nah,
Go back to
let's just
Dan
call
for
it.
some reason. You guys
No.
call it?
Don't
No,
throw it back
yeah,
to
this is
me.
a good
If you
episode.
want to throw it back to me, I'm gonna talk
Dan,
about what
go.
we're not supposed to talk about.
Oh,
No.
sure.
All right. Well, then let's get the questions in because we can't have that happen. We'll talk more about that next week. Oh, next week we need to record
Tuesday.
Yes.
Tuesday. So
Because
we'll be recording Tuesday.
Mike's flying to the East Coast and not visiting
I
Peter.
can talk about that next. I forgot. I should have mentioned that. Next
Dope.
week, I'm very excited. I get to
attitude.
go. Festool invited me to go out to this big event in Rhode Island. They're announcing some new tools, and I get to be out there for that. So I'm really excited about that. It's gonna be a ton of fun.
Are you going to be like a model that stands in front of the?
No, I think I'm just there for the event, but I'll be sharing some of that on my socials on the Instagram. So I'll be out there. I take a red eye out on Wednesday, and then I'm out there Thursday, Friday, and then I fly back on Saturday. So it's kind of a quick turnaround. So anyway, I'm excited.
I
about
might
that.
watch your stories around then.
I don't know why you'd change anything and start. So, what's up, Pete?
I'm gonna tease it a little bit. Listen to next week's episode because we have some big news to drop potentially.
We have
Exciting
some big
stuff.
news. I don't know if we can talk about it on
No, no.
Tuesday though.
Well, no, Tuesday, Thursday, whatever. Thursday.
I guess I could Tuesday. We can talk about it
Tuesday-
Tuesday,
oh,
then I
you're
can
right,
get it
you're right,
edited.
It's
Well, hold
Tuesday.
on. I think we can do it Tuesday, and I'll just drop it like normal on. I'll have it in the queue, and I'll have one of you guys hit the go button.
We
for the
all
patrons.
three of us have some big news that we have to wait to drop.
Yeah, we got some really cool thing coming up at the end of April. It's going to be really cool. We're very,
We're
very,
moving
very
to Utah.
excited. We're all moving to Utah.
We-
That actually wouldn't be terrible.
We got a
be kinda-
Crunchyroll show, and it's all animated, and it's called Building
Pimp
Stuff.
my Lincoln 64 Lincoln Navigate. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna be
Pimp
doing
my
that. It's
Lincoln
gonna
logs.
be-
Pimp my ride.
No, very excited about the thing with Festool. That's gonna be
That's-
really cool, and
that's
very
awesome.
excited about the thing we're doing as a podcast in a month. It's gonna be very cool. So
Can't believe you're
anyway, let's-
staying with Paul Jackman. That's crazy.
we never staying
doesn't
in
know that
his
yet, but-
Does he
palatial
know that
mansion.
you're
Yeah,
staying there yet?
no, he'll find out the hard way. Does this
When you're
rag
at the
smell funny?
fence. That's
right.
No. All right. Questions. The first question is from Jake Jakob Miller, and it sounds like this.
Hey guys, it's Jake from A Sweet Shop, and just wanted to call in with a question about box suppliers. Because I'm getting this bigger CNC here in a few weeks, my plan is to start working on flat pack cabinets for contractors, because that seems to be something that's really successful for me, but I'm struggling to find larger boxes like 48 by 18 by 8 to 10 inches thick. Uline is completely out of stock. I even called them and they're like, we have no idea when we're going to get them. So wanted to see if you guys knew of any other alternatives. Thanks guys.
Pete.
Hey, that's my name. I will give you my option. So I'm glad you asked this question because I recently did a legit spreadsheet because every time I order, I feel like, am I actually getting the best price? I order most of my boxes and they're smaller from Staples of all places. And I did this spreadsheet where I looked at the same box sizes at Staples, Amazon, and Uline. And about 75% of the boxes I get, best deals I get is Staples. Including, which by the way, any website you use, whether it's Amazon Warehouse, some people recommended that, Staples, clearance, whatever, any of these sites, check out the clearance and warehouse sections and all that, because you can save some really good money. I ended up buying 200 or 300 boxes that were like fairly large boxes for less than I paid for a 3x3x3 box. Now think of how small that is. Very small box. So that's the three I use. Now, I was talking to somebody recently and they're like, hey, why don't you check out Grainger? And I'm like, you are brilliant and beautiful. I don't want to kiss you on the lips. That is brilliant because we have a Grainger nearby. I checked the prices. They actually ended up being very comparable, if not better than Staples and Amazon. So look at all of those companies. If you're looking at high quantities, Uline will probably be your best option because they do very good bulk pricing. We're talking 300 to 500 a pop. You get very good prices. But just shop around. The other, what was that, Mike?
That's how I order all mine. I just buy them all like every 3 months and I just spend like $500-600.
No, but it's like the 500, not bucks. I mean, quantity.
Oh,
500 of 300 compared to some of the other companies.
When you,
yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess they do have like
because I'm ordering in 50s and 100s in bundles. So
you're right. They do break it down if you go even higher.
Aren't worth it as much.
I'm just looking at Staples right now. This is a much better price than what I was paying.
That's what I'm saying. I know a lot of people don't think about it, but like Staples does actually have pretty good pricing on the box.
I actually have a rep over there for my family's business. Maybe I'll reach out to him and get Coffee Custom Builds an account.
You would probably save some good money. So check those out.
I'm going to look right now.
And I'm serious. Staples
keep talking for about 20-30 minutes.
That's fine. Genuinely have very good prices. I am going to be working with Grainger as well. One day I was doing stories about looking at the best options and whatnot. And a lot of people reached out to me and they recommended that I try to find local suppliers like paper companies that do, the Dunder Mifflins of your area that might not just do paper, but corrugated boxes. They might do like restaurant depot style things. They can also potentially get you good prices, especially if you have some kind of business or an EIN where you can open up an account with them.
If there was a Dunder Mifflin in my area, I would gladly pay more just to go there.
Why not? Just for the.
I just looked at Pete. You're right. Staples is pretty good pricing.
I was shocked when I found out
66 cents a box for these boxes. I was just about to pay 73 cents a box at Uline.
And anyone that's considering getting into the box game, let's just put it this way: I used to pay.
Let's not call it the box game.
The box game, yeah. If you want to pound the box game. I used to pay about 35
if you want to go to town on the box game.
On the box game. I used to pay about 35 cents for my most standard, which is like a 6x3x3 box, just a small box for a lot of the 3D printed stuff. I used to pay about 30.
My boxes tend to get wet. Can you get waterproof boxes?
No, but you just
there goes.
Waterproof whatever's in it.
Here was the line. We had a good solid line.
And then
screw this.
Here's the Iowa-Nebraska line.
Leroy Jenkins.
The last tip what I was saying is for those boxes, I used to pay about 35 cents a box. I'm paying about 55 to 65 a box for those boxes now. So just keep that in mind. The prices have gone up a lot, but you might be able to save some money. Oh, what's the one that we actually had Paul Jackman in the pre-show?
Eco.
Oh,
Eco Enclosure. I have it here. Hold on. Ecoenclose.com.
Eco Enclose, no D, the D's for later. Ecoenclose.com. They do custom recycled boxes. Well, they do recycled boxes and custom boxes as well. So check those out. All right. The last thing I'm going to recommend is, and this is something I learned from Jeff over at Two Moose, do custom boxes. You can get a box resizer if you just Google that on Amazon. It's basically a little like rolling box cutter.
Those take way too long.
I know.
I do not recommend.
But hang on. If he needs really super hyper custom ones, and if you can get just sheets of cardboard and cut it down and all the waste, and each one costs him less than a box, it might be.
I didn't tell you, Pete. I didn't tell you. I have the just square sheets of cardboard. You can make them on your laser.
I know. Yeah. John White taught me that.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that. I did it the other day. I made a small box for this little thing.
He
I had
even
to ship out.
scores them. He scores them too.
I scored it. No, I cut the pieces off I don't need with it, and then I scored it really fast. I ran the laser across it really fast at a low power, scored it, and then I cut the pieces off and I folded it up. It was perfect.
You know what he does?
I just made
sorry, this is gonna be nerd talk for a second with laser people. There's an offset tool you can set, so he'll like do the cutout, and then you can set an offset where the laser will drop the Z, and then it'll just fire a wide beam, and he burns a fatter beam all the way across wherever he needs the bend to be, because it just folds on itself. It just evaporates the material there.
Are you guys still talking about boxes?
We're still talking about boxes.
Oh, okay.
Laser custom.
So
boxes.
the box I buy the most from Uline, and whatever, I won't even go just because.
Oh, but you buy big. No, you actually ship big stuff. So I want to know.
Well, the 12, the one I ship the box I use the absolute most is my template box, and it's a 20 by 12 by 3, I believe.
Okay.
They don't have a 3 option. The 20 by 12 by 4 is significantly more expensive than Uline.
Yeah.
On Staples. So
I feel like for that size, you're looking at about $150 to $250
I pay 61 cents a box for those on Uline.
Yeah, I'm looking at Staples.
Yeah.
I use a lot of the 6x9 bubble mailers, the plastic ones, self-sealing ones.
Yep.
And the 6x9s are actually cheaper at Staples, but the 12 by 8s are cheaper on Amazon.
Yeah, I get like Ugo, UGGO from Amazon. They're
definitely will get
cheap.
a better deal if you shop around a little bit.
Shop around. And honestly, I know it takes a while. It took me an all afternoon. I did a spreadsheet, all the different sizes I get, all the different.
But it's worth it if you're like us. I feel like we all like ship out hundreds of boxes a year.
Yeah. Just because here's the thing, you do that math once and you can order. Listen, I know it's a big investment, but just order $500,000 worth of those boxes if you know you're going to be doing it for the next couple of months. I have hundreds of dollars worth of inventory of boxes in my basement, and I go through them like crazy.
And girl robots.
Anytime there's a sale, I just load up. I don't care because I know I'm going to use them. And if I don't, I already broke even on those boxes. Just think of it that way. You can always sell them on.
Think about
Marketplace. Think about it. Use your brain muscles. But Dan, what do you think? I'd love to.
Well, I like the fact that Staples sells boxes. I never even thought about that, so I'll be hitting them up for at least one of my sizes. But like I alluded to, I get a lot of my stuff on Amazon, but I'm not buying large boxes. I don't sell anything or ship anything that would require a very large box. So I
eBay.
buy a lot of bubble mailers.
So people have recommended eBay, and I was like, really? Like, yeah, people just they buy boxes in bulk and they sell them at a great price on eBay.
Boxes and kidneys. You can get them on eBay.
You can get all of them.
That's it. I don't have a whole lot of recommendations other than like Amazon.
He went through everything, so it's fine.
Yeah, I never thought about checking out Granger either. I mean, there's a Granger right here.
That one blew my mind because it was like, yeah.
Well, I got great news because this next one's for Pete as well. So,
great.
Night of Pete.
Oh, you're playing it. All right.
Hey guys, I really like your podcast. My name is Scott. This question is for Pete. I live in North Jersey, and you mentioned Boards and Beams and Mendham Plywood as places that you go. I've been to both those places. They're pretty good, but I was wondering if you had any other sources for hardwood in the North Jersey area. Thank you. Bye.
Dan?
Look, those places are great, but have you looked at going to Menards? Go to Menards.
The closest one's 650
Look, stop
miles
being
away.
a coward and go to Menards. Okay?
He's kind of right.
Pete, why don't you go now?
Sure. All right. So we talked Mendham Plywood, which
Pete, why don't you go on your question?
Sure. Mendham Plywood's like the name suggests, they're phenomenal selection of plywood. They're really good at that.
Terrible
all of their
burritos,
hardwood is it's S2S. So they're
I'll take
they're
some
not
8/4
edge joints.
Pele, California style burrito.
They have their surface on they're S2S boards, not even S3S, but they're basically surface on one side, plain on the other one. Edges are not fully jointed. They're usually pretty well squared up, but it's something to think about. Another one that's in a couple of areas in the region, if you're up in the Sussex County area, is Blue Ridge Lumber. However, they're more.
That name sounds so pornographic.
I know. Blue Ridge Lumber is more positioned towards like contractors, and if you're building stuff,
Contractors. That name sounds so pornographic.
Yeah, I'm the contractor. So
I'm trying to interrupt like you guys interrupt me.
No, that's perfect.
This is
so if you're
best
looking
I can do.
to like maybe renovate your house or whatever, that might be a better spot to get it. Obviously, you know about boards and beams. The best selection, I will hands down
Boards
say,
and beetles. Am I right?
That's, you're making fun of the joke I made once. Yeah,
Boards and beetles, huh?
They had a very bad beetle, bug, and board
Wood AIDS.
Basically, wood AIDS infestation for a while, but they're good. They're good. No. Anytime I've used
BYV.
So no, hands down, the best selection of lumber.
They could have took care of that if they got the vaccine, but anti-vax.
Like the amount of selection that like
Mike didn't like that one either.
No, I did. It was good.
That Macbeth has, but like way smaller. Just the place is way smaller, but you can get almost every single wood you're looking for at that one spot. But you're going to pay a premium for the fact that they have everything there. So that's something to consider. The other one, if you're in like the Bergen, Passaic County, there's also Dykes Lumber, DYKS, Dykes Lumber in Hoboken, New Jersey. Bing
Everything
it.
there's
It's
tongue
a
and
real
groove.
Canceled.
I can't stop myself from saying it.
Oh my God. What just happened?
I can't breathe. I'm gonna die.
What was I talking about?
Tongue and groove boards.
Yeah. And the last one
Dykes
is
Place.
Dykes Lumber. Yeah.
I was trying to stop myself.
No, I'm so glad you did.
Oh
I don't
my
think
God.
we've ever laughed that hard that long, Giggy. Oh my God. Okay. Last one is Monteith. Like, is it honestly tooth, but can't say it because you got a lift.
Hold on, I gotta
Monteith
stop you,
Lumber.
Pat. That might have been one of my best jokes ever.
That was I don't think we've ever laughed that hard. That was bravo.
Okay, sorry.
Oh my God.
All the places.
Oh, that needs to be a clip. All right, 55 minutes in. Okay. Monteith Lumber is what used to be considered the place to go to in New Jersey for the longest time. They're in what some flat earthers call central New Jersey, which is not a real thing. It's basically southern northern Jersey.
Didn't you have the Pine Barrens over to your
they're
house
from
this week?
that's from South Jersey.
Oh, but I'm
Yeah.
saying you didn't bring that up for your What's on My Bench.
Oh,
Did you guys have
yeah.
a falling out?
No, it was great.
It went really bad.
It was
It was
great.
really bad.
They haven't called me back. No, but Carlina and Pat from Pine Barren Pallet Works.
No, his name is
Gypsy.
Dave.
Yes, that guy.
Dave
That's my
Grohl
neighbor.
and Carlina.
He looks like Dave Grohl, man.
But they were over. We actually
Sounds
hung out.
nothing like him.
They showed up around like 11 or whatever, and they stayed the whole day. It was a blast. We were just chatting. We were talking business and all that fun stuff. And it's really nice to sometimes meet up with other people that are,
100%.
in the same process, same level.
I
and
was
same process
super
as me.
jealous that you guys all got to hang out.
No,
honestly.
it was super.
They're
fun.
great. Those two people are great.
And the whole
you
thing
and them are
started
great.
with they got a bunch of total boat stuff and we drove it up for them because they couldn't fly with it. And
Oh,
we're
they got their stuff
come
from
up.
the event. That's cool.
And they just came up. They came over and it was just so nice to have them. Anyways,
Yeah,
the
that
last
looked
one
like fun.
is
Sorry. Name
there's
your
a
wood
place
places.
in, I want to say in New Egypt, or I think
That's
the
not a
name.
real place.
No, it's New Egypt, New Jersey. It's in southern Jersey, South Jersey. They do mostly live edge and slabs and cookies. They have a big bandsaw mill. They do a lot of bandsaw work. I can't think of the name exactly, but just look up that location and wood. And the last one is just Facebook Marketplace. There's a dude that sells live edge walnut. I'm sure it's fairly green, whatever, but it's $10 a board foot. And if you've gone to Boards and Beams, you know it's like $14 a board foot for 4 quarters. So it's worth checking out. Sorry, it's a long list, but that's all the ones I know of.
Bring it up.
And check it out. If you guys are in the area, anyone's in the area, or if you want, just hit me up directly. I'll tell you everything I know about any of these places. And that's about it. Next question, Mike.
Okay, the next question is going to be read by Dan from the Instagram page.
Oh,
if
I'm
you
not
need
ready.
to, this is a map of New Jersey.
Oh,
You have a map of New Jersey?
Hold
Yeah.
that map up.
So
You're doing
Mendham
great.
Plywood is
Great for
about
the
right
podcast.
there.
I'm telling you, it's
Where's-
We're up in this
wonderful.
area. Dykes is over here.
Okay.
Okay. And then the New Egypt is like here, down here.
That's
somewhere.
not a place. You can't just make
Who wrote in the question?
Old Cairo. I don't know. It's a request.
Oh,
was
I
it a
think their
request?
account was Old Cairo. And we're stalling.
Tom Haley.
Keep talking. I got to put my
I
hat back
believe.
on. My head's cold.
Tom Haley writes, I got a question for the show. I am about to start the process of moving my standalone router table box, a modified Bosch RA1171 with a rockler lift, into the extension wing of my table saw. In prep, I have scoured the depths of the tube of U's.
Huh.
I believe that's a YouTube joke. As any good woodworker does, and found that most are fairly straightforward. A stepped hole for the lift plate, a couple of T-tracks for a fence.
Oh, that's not the one I was talking about.
Nope. Well, I'm going to continue now.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
A couple T-tracks for the fence, and more often than not, a miter slot, or sometimes a combo slot with miter T-slot. The fence slotting and the lift plate are easy enough, but what I haven't found is a good rule of thumb for the distance between the miter slot and the center of the router spindle. Does one exist? Is it,
it really
a gut feeling?
it depends on the miter gauge you're going to use for it.
Yeah, that would be a huge.
That's the only thing that
factor,
would really be
right?
a factor into it. It was the
You
miter
don't
gauge.
want
And
the
if you're gonna
miter
make
gauge
one-
hitting the bit.
Yeah.
Right. And if you're going to make one, then just doesn't matter. Make it to work with your new miter slot. So that's not a whole lot to just don't overthink it. If you have a
Agrees.
miter gauge you're going to use, make it so it works with that miter gauge. I would also maybe just reach out to some people that have a like cast iron one, because those probably have a standard depth. But if you're just going to make one, then, or if you're going to use like a sled or something, just make it work for what you need.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all I got.
100%.
You're-
Ditto. I think I found the question you were talking about. It's about the home right sprayer. Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah. I want to bring.
This is from Daniel Later or Ladder, but I'm going to go with Later.
Later Hosen.
Daniel says, "Hey guys, I have the home right sprayer and have tried spraying white latex paint, never again, and then General's Finish High Performance as a top coat. But with both, I'm getting orange peel. I reduced the tip all the way to the smallest they have, which is 1.0, but I also tried, I imagine he said, a 1.5 and a 2.0 tip. I tried switching air cap and thinning with water, but just can't figure it out. I'm sure it's me, but also wondering if a nicer sprayer wouldn't hurt either. Any suggestions, tips would be great."
So with the latex, you don't want the small tip. You want the biggest tip, which you're probably gonna want to spend. I would spray either a 1.8 or a 2. So if you have a 2, I'd go with the 2 and thin it down like 10% or something. With the General Finishes top coat, I would thin it down 10% and use the 1.5. That's my recommendation. The orange peel you're getting is very consistent with using a home right sprayer. It doesn't have very good. I mean, that's a great cheap machine. It will get finish on your piece.
It's great
But-
for that amount of money.
Yeah, it's like at that money, you're getting a machine that it's strong, it works. If you have a product that you're spraying that has good leveling agent in there, and it has good leveling in there, it'll work really well. But by and large, when I used my home right sprayers, and I think I had 2 or 3, I had them for different things, I would get orange peel on almost everything. And what that is a result of, that machine is pushing too much material through that thing too fast. And thinning, and that's not, you need to be able to dial it back, and you really can't with that thing. So you just can't. It's just on. So it's just a shortfall of paying for $100 sprayer. So to answer your question, if you bought a nicer thing, you're going to see better results. It's kind of how it goes with all tools. you spend money on them, and they treat you right. With that said, the Home Right sprayer is great for people who spray at like a hobbyist amount or don't spray that often. I mean, if it was a perfect world for me, I would always use hard wax oils on everything, always. Spraying is just like, it's a whole ordeal. It's a thing. Yeah. But the bottom line is you just can't get away with that, especially in like a production shop or in a shop or anything like that. You just can't not spray. You're just going to have to spray at some point. Daniel.
Yeah. Orange peel is a result of putting down too much paint all at once. So like Mike said, it's really hard to dial that sprayer because it is a cheaper sprayer. But what you can do is make sure you're moving your hand a little faster. Okay. As it's doing more, you want to move faster so you're laying down a thinner coat. So I don't know, you didn't mention how fast you're moving your hand. So try moving your hand back and forth a little faster. That's my only tip. Peter?
I agree with the guys. Like, move a little faster, and that's a great intro level sprayer. You're going to get good results, but I have never really thought of that sprayer as a paint sprayer.
That's what I use mine for. Paint.
Oh, really? I
kept mine for that.
I've just never trusted paint with it. Like, for me, if you're going to spray paint, you need to spray like with like one of those like better, like the Gracos or the, what's the other one? The one that like you drop the whole thing in a bucket to stand and stuff. But like
Graco or Wagner.
Yeah, I feel like for paint, you got to push pretty heavily because you got to move a lot of thick material through it, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, like the guy said, try going a little faster, or I mean, getting further away would really because it atomizes.
No, it's too much overspray. It atomizes.
Exactly. No. So yeah, so really go faster or get a better sprayer. It's a good sprayer to start with, and
it's a fine beginner grade sprayer.
Yeah, and
it has its limitations.
Orange peeling you're seeing that you're noticing because you know what to look for. Maybe it's not as bad as you're describing it. Maybe the customer you're giving it to is it actually going to notice it. Maybe it's fairly flat and looks good and everything, and it's not really a problem. You're just seeing it because because we see that stuff. But just a thought. But yeah, I agree with everything the guy said.
Sick.
I think that is all the questions.
That's all the questions. That's our episode. What are we at? Yeah, we're at an hour. We're good. We got a good episode here. We did it, guys. We hit our quota. Everyone's happy. Let's wrap this bad boy up.
We even had a quota.
We don't. But every time we go anywhere near an hour, you're like, we got to go longer. So
our wives need an hour away from us. So this is what we do. We promise them, and we're doing it.
It was part of the partnership.
Emma,
contractually obligated. I can't wait until next week and when we can talk about the thing.
Oh, the thing with the stuff? Oh, it's gonna be great.
We don't even know what it's about, so we don't have a whole lot. But I mean, we can mention.
I'm still excited.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a ton of fun. We're gonna have so much fun.
Super, I can't wait out when they find out.
Anyway, that was a fun segment. Let's do more of that.
Emma just messaged me. She's like, "Are you talking to me?" No, don't worry about
it. I was making a joke to my internet friends, babe. I love you.
So are we going to call this episode Dykes Lumber?
Nope. Box of 2x4s.
Oh, I thought it was going to be Tongue and Groove.
Pretty proud of that joke. Not gonna lie.
That was a good one. That has.
I'm still trying to recover. That's why I'm like having trouble breathing over here.
All right, let's call it. Big thanks to our patrons. You guys are awesome. We will be back next week. We'll be recording on Tuesday next week. It's gonna be a very busy week next week. So we'll be back next Tuesday. We'll talk to you guys then.
Wow, that's a long show title.
What
you said? Let's call it, and then you started talking.
Oh God, Pete, you can't even help yourself, can you? How were you just shaking, waiting for me to finish talking so you could just jam that in?
I'm like, I'm gonna say something funny.
It's gonna be so good, babe. Come in here, babe. Come in here. You're gonna want to hear this. No,
Tongue and groove.
Tongue and groove. Everyone, come in. I need to isolate Dan's audio. Tongue and groove. No. Maybe that will be the show title, Tongue and Groove.
That could be a t-shirt. Dykes Tongue and Groove Warehouse.
Tongue and Groove Emporium.
Yes.
Dan, work that up for one of the shirts.
We don't want to give
Got it.
Bikes free advertising for their.
No, use it.
Lumber.
Spell it differently for sure. That's the end of the show. This is a real garbage fire. Everyone have a great week. Bye now. Bye.
Bye.
Love you
now.
long time.
Bye.